Hey everyone, Pastor Jeff Coleman here from the Church on the Hill. I want to spend a few minutes with you and chat about reopening. On Tuesday, July 7th, our bishop, the Reverend Sue Hoppert Johnson, and the extended cabinet of the North Georgia Annual Conference sent out an email urging churches who had not yet reopened to consider pausing those plans if they were in areas experiencing an increase in COVID-19 cases. I quote, "Churches in areas with rapidly increasing cases should prayerfully consider pausing plans to gather in person until the numbers go down. Those in doubt should err on the side of safety." Now, within the weekly update that went out on Friday, July 10th, we've included all the links to websites that will give county by county COVID-19 incident breakdown. But here's a quick look at some of the data that we've looked at. The state of Georgia is the fifth highest state in the nation reporting an increase in coronavirus cases. According to the Georgia Department of Public Health, out of 159 counties in the state of Georgia, Gwinnett County, as of July 9th, is the number one county for COVID-19 cases. Hall County is number 5. Gwinnett County has seen a 26.6% increase in newly confirmed COVID-19 cases between the week of June 30th and July 6th. Lawrenceville is the city with the highest number of cases and one of the 4 highest zip codes, and Gwinnett seeing an increase. The Sugar Hill and Buford zip code areas have also seen an increase in cases over the last 2 weeks. As a result, after looking at and regarding this data, researching it, conversation by our staff and the Church Leadership Council, we've prayerfully decided to pause our plans for reopening. We don't do this lightly or without considerable discussion. But reopening in-person worship in light of increased cases not only potentially puts people's health at risk, but it could give a mistaken impression that we as a church are taking unnecessary risks with people's lives. Plus, many churches, our size and even larger, have not yet returned to in-person worship, and several who have resumed meeting have now had to pause their in-person worship plans as well. Now, some of you are going to hear this news and you're going to breathe a sigh of relief. And others of you, you're going to hear this and, well, you're going to be frustrated. And what I'm aware of is, in many ways, it feels as though this is a no-win situation. So in moments like this, I'm asking myself 2 questions. What truly demonstrates love for God and love for my neighbor? And if we follow the counsel of John Wesley, the founder of the Methodist movement, to do no harm, well, then what should we do? So in pondering those questions, I urge you to remember something that often gets lost in corporate decision-making here on the Hill. We're not only a church, but we're also a private school. And our decision here at the church could affect our student body as well. Our school administration is currently on track to reopen our academy for the fall 2021 school year on Monday, August 10th. So rather than set another date to reopen in-person worship only to have that possibly pushed back as well, our plan is to continue to monitor our community for a consecutive 5-day decline in new cases such that the infection rate for our area falls within a safe range and either remains steady or declines for 2 consecutive weeks. We will be monitoring reports regularly, reevaluating reopening in, say, the next 3 weeks. And we're going to continue to do everything to stay ready and prepare the campus. We believe this decision is not only the wisest course of action for the church and potentially our academy, but also for you and for your family and even our community. We don't want to be the church that makes the news because we rushed to get back to in-person gatherings too quickly. If you're in a life group or a Sunday school class and you're currently meeting on campus, well, you're invited to continue to meet on campus. All the while practicing social distancing, wear face coverings, face masks, and take the other necessary safety protocols that we've put out there. Now, I must be honest, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that we're unable to reopen. I want to reopen. I want to see God's people gather together in corporate worship, but I can't in good conscience when the data and the numbers and the wisdom from scientists and experts in the field are urging us to exercise caution and even pause the reopening process. Plus, We won't reopen if it places you and your family, our Academy student body, the vulnerable population of our church family, and the larger community at risk. Listen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if numbers were going down or they were even holding steady. Friends, all it takes is just one outbreak, and our entire campus is shut down, and we're back to square one. And lastly, can I remind you of something? Our church's mission is not to reopen the building. Make no mistake, we will reopen, but that's not why we exist. Our mission is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world, and it doesn't matter if it happens in person or in a digital format. So let's remember to keep the main thing the main thing. So here's what I'd like you to do. Stay engaged. Okay, how, Pastor Jeff? Well, join a life group and begin to develop some friendships. Grow your faith. So why not email Martha, martha.parabonio@sugarhillumc.org to get connected. She'll help you. Here's another idea. How about we put our faith into action and we help our neighborhood kids prepare for school by purchasing a backpack for our backpack drive. We do it every year, and we need 70 more for this back-to-school season. Email sarah.hobbs@sugarhillumc.org to get involved. We're going to continue our online service for the next few weeks. We're going to review the numbers around the front end of August, and we'll determine what reopening looks like and whether or not we're on track. But for now, we're pausing our plans for reopening. Listen, thanks for taking a few minutes to tune in, for being a part of the family here on the Hill, and for your prayers and your support during this truly unprecedented season of life and ministry. Remember, the mission hasn't changed, so keep praying, keep the main thing, and let's continue to be a visible demonstration of the love of God in our corner of God's world. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you soon. God bless. Be at peace.